Wilson Morales, Black Film and TV. Hi, Luke. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you, Wilson?
Good. I always wondered. I think some of the toughest films to make are dramedies. Because you have to know how to balance the seriousness, the complexity of the storytelling, along with humor. And for you, stranger at this, but does it get challenging each and every time, knowing when the edits are being put in place, how to balance both of them?
Great question. I love you. I love you for saying that. I love dramedies. This was a tricky movie. It's the reason why I made this movie was, can I get an audience to laugh their asses off with two guys in a car and a goat, and then get them to hysterically cry in major emotional moments in the film, and especially the ending. And to do a movie that's a kind of a grounded buddy comedy on one end, and then have Mexican immigrants in cages in ice in another scene, and to ride that line so it doesn't feel like two completely different films. Like, what am I watching? That's why I made the movie. So thank you for asking about that.
Not only just is it a buddy comedy, but there's research that has to go into it when you're talking about Mexican and ICE and what real life Mexicans go through. So that when they're watching this movie, they can feel towards it.
That's right. I mean, and that was really important to us, was to be honest and to show the truth. And we did a ton of research, and we were lucky to have Eduardo Cisneros, one of our writer producers, and Luis, who can really speak to the reality and to the honesty of it. But that was the most important thing, was to make sure we got it right, to make sure that people who have experienced this are watching it saying, that's as close to the truth, or that is very similar to what I experienced. Because a lot of times, it's not done right, and people feel like that's not how it was, and this is really how it was. And so that was really important to us.
Your true leads are not big faces on a big screen to American audiences. They have their own work that they've done before. How did you go about picking them and knowing that they would have chemistry to sell on screen?
That was everything. If they didn't have that, then there's no movie, right? So Luis picked me, which was great. Luis wanted me to be the filmmaker, and then we auditioned a number of actors for the Asher role. And Connor Del Rio just came in and blew us away. And I remember being in my guest house, kind of watching these guys read and fight and yell at each other, and it just made me laugh. And I just knew, once Connor would leave, Luis and I would watch tape of them together on my TV, and we would just laugh and go, "That's him. We got him. That's him." And so we were very lucky. We were very lucky to find Connor.
At the end of the day, obviously, movies playing in select theaters and movies going on screen, demand and so forth. What's the sell to getting people to see this? Because there's a lot of options these days.
Yeah. I mean, this is a special movie. I mean, that's the reason why I made this movie. It's not going in is not what you think it's going to be. I mean, again, on one end of this, sure, it's a big comedy and you're going to laugh and you're going to have a lot of fun. The other side of this movie is about family, and it's a very heartwarming. It's going to sneak up on you. It is a very emotional film. And if you have any issues, with your parents, with your father, with your mom, this movie taps into that, and it's going to hit you. It's going to hit you hard. And I think, there are not many movies that do that today, that kind of run both sides of the gamut.
Mm-hmm. Luke, it's good talking to you. Obviously, the best of luck with everything going on, and stay safe.
Thank you so much. You too. I really appreciate it, Wilson.
Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.